turned me around. I used to think I was nothing, but look at this love we found. So give me that hand, I can take mine. I don't ever wanna see you cry. I'm monetize. I'm monetize. Take that chance, you'll be fine. No, I don't ever wanna see you cry. I'm monetize. I'm monetize. Never really saw you coming until you turned me around. I used to think I was nothing, but look at this love we found. So give me your
Hi guys, an official welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today, before we get into the video, if you could please quickly pause it and give it a like and subscribe, I would definitely appreciate it because it really does support my channel. And also just a quick little life update before we get into the juicy stuff of this video. In 2 weeks time, I'm actually going to be starting a new job, which means I will be going back to work full time, 5 days a week, which I'm super excited about, but it also means that I'm going to be dropping down my uploads to 1 day a week, which will be Sundays at 11 a.m. So I just decided that I'd rather put out one video a week, put absolutely all my effort into it and do one really, really good quality video instead of breaking them up and doing like 2 rushed job videos. So yeah, so my new weekly upload will be Sunday at 11. But like I said, if you don't want to remember that, then just hit the subscribe and the notification button and you'll get notified every time. But yeah, anyway, without further ado, we're starting off in the kitchen today because I'm going to be bringing you guys through my morning routine. And this is a routine that I follow every single morning to basically just set my day up to be as happy, healthy, and positive as it can possibly be. So yeah, let's get straight into the tips. So 2 of my key things that I do every single morning, you've already seen in the previous snippets. So the first one is making sure that when I first wake up, I'm going out into another room and I'm staring at the sun and seeing natural light before I then pick up my phone and look at the light coming off my screen and go on social media or anything like that. There's been a lot of scientific research backing that it's going to help balance out your hormones, your melatonin levels, and increase your mood and a lot of other things to see the sun first thing, which is such a natural thing for our body instead of just looking at a phone. And also, like, I feel like it's so important for your mental health to wake up, see the sun, get into a rhythm, actually wake up before you then pick up your phone and start scrolling on social media. And then before you know it, you're comparing your body and your life and everything like that. Like, while your mind is still very vulnerable because you're waking up. So I'd rather wake up, set myself up, have a good morning, and then start getting on social media. So yeah, try and avoid my phone in the mornings. And then my second thing is I like to make sure that basically first thing in the morning, I'm doing something that makes me happy. So this can vary for a lot of people. For me, it's going downstairs and letting my dogs out. So I don't just open the door, I like sit in there, which you would have seen. And I give them a little cuddle in the morning, and it's a nice, relaxing, let's all wake up together, they make me happy kind of thing. So for you, this might be yoga, it might be exercising in the morning, reading, whatever it is, just making sure that when you first wake up, you're doing something that just fills your heart up and makes you happy. So my third tip is making sure that I give myself 5 to 10 minutes every single morning to sit down and do my gratitude practices. So this is something I haven't been doing for the longest time, but I've just noticed such a difference. Like, particularly on days that I don't do this and I'm like, why am I in such like a bad mood today? I'm like, oh yeah, because I didn't do my gratitude practices. And like I said, I'm super new at this. I don't know if I'm doing everything correctly or if like it's like the proper way is another way, but for me, it really works like this. And also you would have noticed that I've been using some crystals lately. I think you guys can see that. So crystals is something that's even more new to me. Probably I started really getting into it about a month ago, but like, I don't know, I've always been into like the law of attraction and like the power of the universe and crystals and stuff like that. Like the crystals that you guys have seen over here probably a couple of times, I've had these since I was like 8 years old. Like, no joke, these things have traveled with me 3 houses now. I don't know, like I saw them and I was like, I need them in my life. So I don't know, crystals is something that I've always been drawn to, but I feel like I don't know enough to talk too much about. So yeah, I don't know, we'll see where that goes. I'm getting into it. I just spent like $500 on like my next crystal set. So yeah, we'll see where that leads. So getting back to the gratitude part of this, basically every morning I sit down on my dining table with the coffee. I've got the natural light coming in. I light my little candle diffuser thingy that you already saw. I put a few crystals out around me and I open up my book to a new page. So the 4 categories that I follow is I start off with what I'm most grateful for today. And I always write most because I feel like there's so many things that you could put down for what you're grateful for. So I always just put the top 3 in that moment that I'm feeling. I then write down my daily intentions, which is basically anything that I'd really like to stick throughout the day. And then I'll write my daily intentions, basically just giving myself some positive affirmation that I need to feel like I'm boss babe and ready to kick it. And the last one is I'll rewrite down all of my goals. And so this just keeps it really nice and fresh in my mind and reminds me what I am working towards. And I feel like it keeps me aligned and in tuned and motivated to keep kicking those goals. So my 4th tip that I do every single day while I'm still in my happy, uplifting space with my coffee is I write out my to-do list for the day. And I do this every single day, even if I feel like I don't have much to write down, I'm just doing a cleaning day, just because I feel like by just brain dumping everything that's going on in your head onto pen and paper, it allows your brain to focus on the more important little things that you normally don't really think about because you're so focused on don't forget the washing, don't forget to pick that up. So yeah, I feel like by just dumping everything out on a piece of paper, you can just really be clear and focused on like what you're doing and really, I don't know, just be more centered and like more aware because you don't have this clouded confusion going on in your head. And another big thing with this is I then prioritize that list. So I feel like this is going to be even more important now that we're all kind of going back to work slowly and you're not going to have all the time in the world like you used to have, because I feel like a lot of us have done a lot of self-reflection and figured out that there's a lot of things that we want to keep doing that make us feel really good, and we don't want to lose that. So I feel like by writing stuff down and prioritizing, it's really going to help us be smart with our time and fit more into our days as our days start getting busier. And the last thing that I do most mornings is I try to make sure that the first food and beverages that I'm putting into my system are really high in nutrition, very good for you, and very filling and good quality. So you've seen in the previous snippets that I had my lemon water and prebiotic, which I've already told you guys I do all the time. And then for breakfast, I'm having avocado and scrambled eggs on toast with like a little bit of chili and a little bit of Italian herbs in there. But I just find eating a healthy, filling breakfast is like a game changer for eating healthy the rest of the day, because instantly you're satisfied and it's kind of like in your brain, you're like, oh, well, I ate healthy for breakfast, so like that means I've got to keep eating healthy kind of thing. Whereas I feel like when you end up like going out for that like cheat meal breakfast and have like pancakes with like ice cream and extra syrup, it's like the rest of your day you're like, well, I kind of stuffed up for breakfast, I might as well keep going. So obviously I think it's important to do that sometimes. Like if you're craving pancakes or if you just want to do it, then yeah, go for it. But most mornings I try to make sure I'm having a very healthy, well-balanced first meal and first couple of drinks. So those were my 5 golden things I do every single morning. Besides that, now I'll go finish my list. I'll do a workout at some point, play with the dogs, see where the day takes me. But that's a wrap on my 5 golden tips that I do every single morning. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, because like I said, it really, really does support my channel and I really, really do appreciate it. But besides that, I'll see you guys next Sunday at 11 AM for my next upload. Bye guys.